Good evening, everybody. So today is Wednesday, March 20th. We had FOMC today. I didn't trade today. I didn't do my plan today. I didn't get prepared, nothing. I was up all night working on a trading tool that I got a little obsessed with and I wanted to finish. So I knew at a certain point, I knew that I was going to be too tired to even trade, or at least that I shouldn't trade without getting enough sleep. So I made the decision not to even do a plan, not to even watch today. I stayed up all night, but I got a lot done, so that's good. Wasn't too concerned about missing the majority of the day today, being that it's a lead up to FOMC in the afternoon. But anyhow, what happened today? So, we already saw bullish action coming into FOMC, in my opinion. Monday, we had the gap up on Monday, and then we actually had a gap down on Tuesday that ended up retracing the entire session, closed both gaps from Monday and Tuesday, retraced the whole session, and ended up closing above Monday's high with a trend day. So that was a little unusual in my opinion. At least recently, we've been seeing, we'll see decent volume Monday morning ahead of FOMC, and then we'll see sometimes a little bit of volume Tuesday morning. But then generally, we have pretty tight ranges, whippy, volatile action. It's kind of hard to trade, and you hear a lot of people get chopped up. I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's true. And then on Wednesday, we generally get what we got today, which is nothing until the announcement. So we had that bullishness leading up to today, which was a little out of the ordinary, and not too surprised that we saw the reaction that we had after. Not that I would have predicted this, or I would even tried to for that matter, but it does seem correlated. So that being said, as far as what the market did, the NYSE advancer decliner ratio was 5-1 today, and NASDAQ was 3-1. All indexes traded in fresh record highs, and the RSP, the S&P equal weighted, was up almost 1%. So it appears that people liked the announcement and what Powell said. And, it seems like he said that we're still planning on 3 rate cuts this year. I guess he's a little more dovish on the hot inflation prints we've been getting, the PC and the PMI, or CPI. I can't remember exactly all the ones we've had that have come in hot, but we've had some hot numbers. And so apparently he seemed to not stress that too much in this presser, the Q&A. Oil prices were lower, quite a bit lower on the day, and I'm not sure. I didn't see any catalyst for that. But, looking at ES, focusing on ES here, we had, this was yesterday, we had this trend day up, and then in the overnight session, it was very muted, tight range, 13.25 ranges, 13.25 points. We took the previous day's high day by a little bit, but really traded sideways on low volume. 180K traded last night in the overnight. So we opened up very neutral inside of the previous day's value, inside of the overnight range, and traded sideways, very similar to the overnight up until the announcement. After the announcement, we saw usual volatility and moves, and the market broke higher, and that's where we made these record highs. So what we got done today is we do have overlapping to higher value, although you'll see most of this value is still within our balance and still below the record highs, with the exception of the last few periods where we moved above the previous all-time high. We have one set of singles. They did not get filled in this session, so that's a little bit of weak structure on top of this. And we had only 1.1 million contracts traded today, and we ended with only about 3,000 positive delta on the session, on a Globex session. It was higher. We did a little better than that in the RTH session. I think it was around 10K, positive 10K. And we ended with the trend day up, closing at the highs of the day. So, bullish results overall, but not really great structure, right? So, we're back above balance. We're in uncharted territory with record highs, with very little market overhang in the near term. that hasn't already been priced in, like, geopolitical risk and things of that nature. So I think that we're back into the environment of waiting for data. So what's the next data release, and what does it show, and what's the next one show, and looking for any kind of trends that may either make the Fed more likely to actually raise hikes, keep us higher for longer, or maybe cut rates sooner. So, we're back to trading from release to release, it appears. That being said, I take the perspective that after big releases like this, we get a new auction. So we have the previous price action to lean on and previous references where people have been active before, but I believe it's a new auction. People are going to reevaluate their investments, or if they want to be invested, their hedges, and we could see a change in positioning going forward. And based on what people value the underlyings and the indexes at now, after the information that we got today, and we have some more tomorrow with flash PMI, and I think UK flash PMI is out tonight as well. So we could perhaps see a change in the flow, from here forward. So my job is to monitor for continuation. We're in an uptrend on a monthly, on a weekly, on the daily, fresh record highs. There's no reason for me to think that all of a sudden we're going to crash tomorrow just because we're at all-time highs or whatever the thing may be. It's irrelevant. We can watch the market, watch the auction, and pay attention at these references to see where's the bid now, where's the ask now, where's supply and where's demand, and get an idea of how this is going to develop going forward. So I'm not concerned at all that I missed today. There was volatility. Yes, I don't think there was a ton of value in my opinion. We after the first move up, we pulled all the way back into the previous range, into the point of control, past the point of control, deep into the middle of the range. That's not telling me that everybody and their brother wants to be long the market. That was a good place to get long, but it wasn't until they stepped in at those singles that it looked like people were really ready to buy at any price, right? And that's what bars like this would indicate to me, is that people want to buy at any price. But we'll see going forward. So I'll be fully engaged tomorrow. I'll get a good night's sleep tonight. I'll do my data plan, put it on my Substack. I've got the link down in the video. If you have any questions or anything, or any suggestions, feel free to drop them to me. I love chatting with people about this kind of stuff. So I'll see you all in the morning, and hope everybody has a good night.